Yeah, I mean, I guess like the reason we want to talk about arguing is because we've been doing a lot of it lately.
Yes. Yes.
And I think like when you're dating, when you're first seeing each other, obviously there's going to be conflict, but
I mean, it will always be conflict. That's the thing.
Right, but I just think like when you're dating, the conflict is usually handled with more care. Like it's definitely softer.
Yeah.
And then as time goes on, you're probably showing a little bit more how you actually react. But also, I feel like the stronger that your emotions and feelings are for each other, the stronger the reaction in some ways for some things.
Yeah, but also the longer you stay with each other, I don't say the longer you date. That's different.
Yeah.
Because people make a difference with that. The longer you stay with each other as well, together in the same place, the stronger as well the argument gonna be.
Yeah,
as well.
And I feel like that's like exactly what's happening to us a little bit as well.
Yes. Wow. I mean.
But I think it's also just the dynamics change when you have kids, and so there's less time for us to talk and even think about it. Because like when we have down moments with each other, like I'm not going to be thinking about talking about the things that might bother me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just in the moment. It's not necessarily when we're in the down moment. I'm not even thinking about that. I'm just trying to enjoy my time with you. So any other time when something is going on is more of a reaction to the situation rather than something that I can like confidently be like, oh, this has been bothering me for this many weeks. You know what I mean?
But plus the fact that we are tired because of the kids. So when you make kids back to back, I mean, there is a lot of things we have changed. There's so many things we have changed for us. So many things that we think that we will handle differently, and finally we can handle it the way we wanted to handle it. That's all those things together is also the big factor.
Absolutely.
Is a big factor on the why you said that sometimes you can't explain exactly at the moment what's happened or what annoying you or not or whatever.
Yeah.
And what you said, sorry?
I was saying, what's this guy doing? Yeah.
And so that's why we've been arguing as well. Also, I feel like I mean, we were sick as well. There is a big flu or whatever is going on. So all those things.
No, everything plays a factor. And the thing is, I specifically remember watching John Gottman and his wife on a podcast, and they were basically saying like arguing is good. Arguing is good, but it's all about how you resolve it. And so even he said arguing every day is fine.
Oh yeah.
It's just how you resolve it. Now, if we were arguing every day for 3 years, that's a different story. Well, if you have like moments, seasons of arguing, like when I was pregnant with Ramesu specifically, like our second child, it was a lot of arguing there because we already had a new baby, and then we were tired, and then I was pregnant, and obviously hormones played a part in it. Expectations, all that stuff, and so we were just like constantly snappy.
But let's go through. Let's go to the things because we've
been jumping all over.
we fly on the thing, but on top of it. But when you say arguing, like when you talk about Ramesu, when you talk about even Sanai, the first one. For both, because the narrative is like, oh, for the woman, for a woman perspective, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard because, of course it's hard. You have the burden. You are the one who make all the work.
Yeah.
The physical work. I mean, the emotional work as well. But we both do it in a sense. But that's what I wanted to say. It was as well life-changing.
Yeah.
Life-changing, that, and nothing's prepare you for that. Nothing's prepare you for that. So because when we date, we figure it out that because we argue when we were dating.
Yeah, we definitely had some major obstacles.
We had major obstacle, and we figured it out that our arguments weren't toxic at all. This is I don't know if you remember when we were sometime arguing, and after days or whatever, and we come back on this, or we are laughing about it, or we are talking about it, we realize that by the way, we are in a we always try to resolve the thing.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of people who are gonna argue, but they're gonna fight against each other like a war. And it's gonna be which one gonna win this argument.
That's the thing that I'm trying to, that's the thing that I think that's different, is like we're not trying to win. Like we're both humble enough to be like, yo, I'm sorry. Or both to be like, hey, I did this wrong and then I did this wrong, you know?
Yeah. I've seen TikTok. I've seen a reel. No, I think it was on YouTube. I've seen a reel on YouTube where a girl said, you know those reels when they don't talk but they put a caption. Yeah. And the girl is in front of the door of a house. She's inside the house in front of the door, the main entrance. Okay. And she put on the caption, how do I avoid argument with my husband? That's something like that. Okay. And what she does, she puts something on her mouth like that, and she stays in front of the door like that, while the man coming back from work. Okay. It's supposed to be funny. Right. But you know, there's a lot of women as well who think that this is the way to avoid argument, or who think that this is the way to go to deal with argument.
Look, I definitely believe you should pick your battles. You can't argue over everything, right? No, but then you can't be nagging and arguing over every single little thing. Pick your battles. Like, there's gonna be things that you're just gonna have to make peace with. Like, if the one thing your man does is throw his socks next to the laundry basket, is it that hard for you to pick up the socks when you're picking up the laundry basket?
I mean, yeah.
Right, but I'm just saying, because I know for women it's like, it's more about, when we look at that, we're like reading into it like, oh my God, he doesn't respect me. Like, I told him and he doesn't respect me. He wants me to pick his socks up off the floor. That's what we think. Yeah. When you guys are throwing your socks, you're not even like considering us. And I think that's like the reason why we get so mad, because we're like, well, he's not considering me when he's throwing his socks. That's what I'm trying to say. So
do I do that? No, I do that for my
I feel like you got different places for different pieces of clothing. So
yeah, I mean, I do that for my gym clothes because I don't want them to be on the thing, so I put them next. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but I wasn't using that example for you.
No, I just
it was
asked,
just an example.
I just asked.
Yeah, no, actually, that example also I remember John Gottman talking about it with his wife as well. Yeah. Where it was kind of like, you don't have to argue about the things that are not that hard for you. Yeah. You know, to do. Yeah. Because you're never gonna get like 100% agreement on everything, you know?
Yes. Yes. Again, it's always with perspective, because sometimes you argue so much. Yeah. In a toxic way. Right. That even the small issues is just another how to say that? It's just another opportunity for you to open another argument. Right. Because it's so toxic at the same time. So it became a pattern in the relationship. You know what I mean? If
you, like, for example, like the TikTok reel you were talking about. Yeah. So the more you avoid conflict, the bigger it gets, right? So even if you look at family dynamics, like families who don't talk about their problems, all it does is leaves room for you to assume the worst, right? Yes. And then as that happens, more and more assumptions happen from all different sides. The problem gets a lot bigger than it was. And then at the end of the day, nobody really even knows what each other is thinking. It's just a whole bunch of assumptions. And by the end of it, you can't even find a resolution because the problem has become so big. you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's the issue. But also, if you're sitting here looking for opportunities to argue because you're a person who's kind of used to that pattern, right? In relationships, like it being chaotic, or like the only way to know if somebody cares is if like they get mad at you for certain things or jealous.
Or the only way to communicate.
Right. Yeah.
To communicate your needs.
Right.
Also.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if that's also what you're doing, then that's not okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And just for example, to give an example of argument, and in our life now, and I will resolve it as well, because
I'm curious to see which one you're gonna choose.
I mean, I don't know, because lately, for example, when Sanai, when it was the birthday of Sanai.
Okay. Yeah.
And that one, I don't know if you remember. It was last week.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it was last week. So you showed me an outfit.
Yes.
You tell me, I'm gonna put that on her, and I say, okay, I prefer this thing, I prefer this one. Mm-hmm. And finally, this is to show you how
stupid the argument is.
The argument was. And finally, after when the day arrived, I see you put another thing on her, and then I don't know, I forgot.
Changed.
Yeah, slightly changed. But after I was like, I think I did a comment. I forgot what was the comment. I forgot what was the comment. It was.
It was rude.
It was like, what the hell is that, or something? What is that? And, and you see, just that lead to an argument.
Yeah.
But behind it, what was the problem? It's like, I didn't sleep.
Right.
You didn't sleep the night later, the night before.
Right.
We were tired. We were a little bit not stressed, but we had a reception and thing of people and things like that. So there was things to do. And
I was sick that whole week with fever, that was sick crazy.
With fever, and all the things going on around that.
Right.
So then you start to argue, but you know, like it's those type of arguments, you just explode. And after the funny part is like, you know how we resolve this argument? That's the funny part. We watch each other and we laugh.
Yeah, I mean, it took like a 5-minute break. You went upstairs to get ready.
I had to go upstairs.
And then I went upstairs.
And I was thinking about it. I was like, my God, we keep arguing. And I know it's stupid. It's so stupid.
Right.
And I was there after she arrived in the room, and we just watched each other.
So I was going to say something.
I know. But I wanted to laugh. When you arrived, and I was like, no, I should not laugh.
Because I was gonna say something, and then
because I was like, what can she say about that? It's so stupid. It's so stupid. But finally, after, we figured it out. But to arrive to this result, I mean, it's a lot of argument before that we figured out as well. That we put a rules as well together, like. We are in the same boat. Sometimes we're gonna forget, not that we are in the same boat, but sometimes our personal need gonna come
last. Because now they're coming last.
Yeah, they're coming last, but sometimes in the argument it's coming back first.
Right.
That's why we argue sometimes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I want this and you don't do that and this and that, you know. But the resolution mode is one after you know how to come back on the boat and remember that it's not only about me. Maybe I say something that I shouldn't.
Right.
Maybe I should ask what was the purpose of this.
Right.
What was the purpose of that? But after I'll let you talk, and after I would love to say that as well.
Sorry, I think you're supposed to be going into the next exit.
This one?
Yeah.
It's also another thing is like, I'm not English.
Yes, that's exactly right.
And the language.
I'm not English either. But
you're not English either. And the language is the language barrier as well sometimes play a role in those things.
It absolutely does, because I think like, because I think like when you translate from French to English, you can sound very abrupt. You know what I'm saying? You can sound it can sound very abrupt. And so even though I'm Bosnian and when we speak our language it's different, I grew up in America. So like I have like the way I resolve conflict is different, and the way that I expect you to communicate is with like some sort of a little bit of softness. Doesn't mean that you don't necessarily tell me what the issue is, but like I expect some sort of softness or some sort of, I don't know, like niceties, like some sort, like those filler words that make sure that when you're communicating, it's received positively. Yeah. But I think like when you are translating or when you're passionate about something and you just say it, it's very, very, it sounds very harsh.
Yeah, there is two factors for that, just for me to explain myself. The first factor is not really the French side, it's more my island side, you know, it's more about that. It's not like, it's when I'm talking Afro-Caribbean language, we are very like, you know, it's a bit like you know. It's
Bosnian
it's
is
a bit
like
like
that
you as
too.
well. When you talk Bosnian, that's what I feel as well. I mean, it's a bit like you. But what I was going to say, the second part as well is like as you say, when I'm hungry, I have to. Is it here? I think so. No, it's not here.
No.
When I'm hungry, I don't have time sometimes to find the word, the best word between the one who's too hard and the one who's softer. So I just choose the one who come, and sometimes, of course, my phrase became like, like you said, a little bit more too spicy.
It's definitely spicy.
I would say, which, by the way, it's the same for you.
Yeah, but I'm just mean.
Yeah, you're mean. Oh yeah. You're mean. Yeah, that's true.
I'm not even spicy. You know, I'm just mean.
You know, like the fact that you're mean, it's because I'm older. Yeah. I can handle those things way more because I think like I understand certain things. I'm not the same man. I'm a grown man now, so it's different. Because before, and I think it's happened to a lot of men. When your woman start to be, I mean, not start to be mean, but say mean things, or also have
wow.
Not say mean things, but be mean in a way and have a strong character as well. You kind of, I think, offended like so hard because you're a man, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So you're like, what? Are you talking to me? You
That's
know?
what you always say to me. Oh, not
always. When it's too much.
No,
when I say,
yeah.
It was this way.
But you know what, though?
Yeah.
That's the type of man that women want. Is like, if, like, I feel like most women would do that if they can. And if you're not going to tell me why you talking to me like that, I probably just keep talking to you like sideways, because in some sense we want you to be able to be like, yo, please calm down. You can say that in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
And like,
yeah.
I think that also has a role to play in your relationship dynamic, because if your man doesn't do that and you can walk all over him, you start to lose some respect for him, then the argument starts to turn into something completely different and your dynamic turns into something completely different. But when you have respect for each other, because I can also tell you it's too much sometimes, and you will rein it in.
That's what I was going to say.
And it's the same way for you.
That's what I was going to say.
Because, sorry.
Yeah,
because when you tell me, I'm just gonna, okay, there's times when I'm a little crazy, but most of the time I'll just be like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry, you know?
Yeah, you're right. And I was going to say that because, you know, the narrative as well, man.
Yeah.
You know, men have to be, how to say, divine masculine or whatever, all those things.
Yeah, it's the buzzwords.
It's the buzzword, but I feel like a woman have to be equally as well the same in this area as well. One argument is there. Because a submissive, fully submissive, for me, I don't know. For me, I'm gonna say it. A man who said that I want a submissive woman. Yeah. It's not a good. I don't want to say it's not a good man, but it's someone with insecurity.
Yeah, I think
is
what you're
someone
trying to
who's a
say
little bit
was like a little bit weak in character.
Exactly. Because you want respect, you want loyalty.
Yes.
From each side. The
That's
woman
exactly
as well
right.
want respect and loyalty. So
Right.
so if the person next in front of you, which is your woman or whatever, if she want loyalty and respect, that means when you're gonna go behind the line, she gonna be there to tell you, yo, this is too much.
Yeah.
And that's what you want. Because sometimes you don't know. Sometimes because like I said, the tiredness and everything, you don't know sometimes that you're going too much.
Right.
And you need your partner to be there and say, yo, now that's too much. Come back.
That's exactly
You
right.
know what I mean?
That's exactly
But if
right.
you are a man who said, I don't want my wife to talk. I don't want my wife to say,
She shouldn't be
okay.
questioning me. She shouldn't be
quiet.
right.
There is a problem. There is a problem for me.
Look, I definitely agree. I think that there are situations where men expect respect and loyalty and submissiveness. I think all of that is earned and it's also reciprocal.
Yes.
So I'm not going to be quiet just because you think I'm supposed to.
Yeah.
And there's been situations where me and you are arguing and you're like, you need to stop. And I'll be like, I'm not gonna. Maybe I'm being petty. I'm being petty in that moment and being an asshole, right?
Yeah.
But, however, the fact of the matter is, like, I feel safe enough to be my complete self with you. So
yeah. This is so important.
it is, because at
so
the end of the
important.
day, like, yes, eventually I will rein it in. Eventually, you know, I'll come to my senses. However, if you're not feeling comfortable enough with your partner to be yourself, and I'm not saying like go over the line and swear and throw things and shit like that. No, that's not what I mean. That's a whole different type of that's a different type of argument,
Yes,
right? That's not an argument. It's beyond that, right?
Yes.
So I'm just saying, like, to fully express yourself in that moment, you need to be able to feel safe with that person. Because if you're not allowed to yell, let's say, I'm not saying you have to scream at each other, but like if you're in a relationship and you're not allowed to yell at your partner, or not yell at them, like raise your voice from passion. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying like yell and be like, yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'm saying like raise your voice when you're saying something because you're upset. Mm-hmm. If you're not allowed to do that, you're not allowed to be yourself.
Also, just the word allowed. If there is an allowed word in your relationship, also for me there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you're not allowed to do that. It's very strange for me to hear that. Not allowed to do that. I'm never gonna tell you that. Right. I'm gonna say in our relationship, there is certain things we should be banned.
Yeah.
So we don't swear at each other.
Right.
We don't say certain words who never have to be said for our relationship.
Yeah.
You can't unsay certain things. So when you say them, and there is certain thing we don't play with that. This is the way the way we approach those things. It's not about you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to do this, and you're not allowed to do that. You know what I mean? So.
Because I think in a lot of arguments, like, you know, when you're younger, especially, you're always like, you're arguing, heat of the moment, you're like, it's over, I'm done with you, I never want to see you again, right? Yeah. And then the more and more you say shit like that, eventually one day you're just actually going to speak it into existence, like it's going to happen. So it's like when you're arguing with a person who you deeply love and you know you're going to be with, that doesn't even come into your mind. Like, it doesn't even come into your mind to be like no matter how bad our argument is, I'm never in doubt of the fact that we're gonna resolve it, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah,
and on top of it, we are in a period of we're in a certain period of our life.
A very transformational period. Yeah.
It's and like I said, when we get through this, we can't get through everything. because the sleep deprivation, the work, the child, 2 under 2. People have harder life. People are easier life as well.
Yeah, of course. We don't compare. We're not comparing.
But it's just a way to.
We had a lot of significant milestone changes in our lives in a very short time.
Yes.
You know, and I think that's what it is.
Yes.
We were a little bit shocked by change. It was like change. It's overwhelming.
And this is where you prepare to navigate to those moments. It started in the dating phase.
Yeah, exactly.
Because be able to see during the explorationship and the dating phase how you handle conflict. It's very, very important. It's very, very important. I think this is a key factor for decision if you want to be in a relationship with someone, you know?
I think what happened with us specifically that made it really not easy to handle conflict, but like it made it easier was the fact that because we were friends.
Yeah.
Because we were friends and we would talk about all types of stuff.
Yes.
Right? When it came to resolving conflict, I don't know that we were afraid to really share what the issue was.
Yes. Yes. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say we really did this explorationship moment for me, which is I would say even the most important part of your dating journey with someone is the explorationship. The moment you start to introduce the date, your date into your life, but really, you know, not just to see each other one time a week, 2 times a week at your best moment, and after your date go back to his life and you go back to your life, and you think that you have some things. You create bond. You create bond and things like that. There was no problem with that. But there is a lot of things that you don't know, that you don't see. And when you start to when you stay like what, 2 years?
It was like a year and a half.
A year and a half in I would say explorationship mode. You know? Then things you cannot lie during 1 year and a half about everything. Even if you wanted to only show your best self, you will have to show certain things. You will have to be hungry. You have to disagree about certain things. You know,
I wouldn't say that we disagreed.
No, but there was
often. But when we did, there was like it was around big things.
It was around big things. It was around big things. So it changed a lot, and even more when you are 30, over 30. When you are over 30. Because 25, 20, it's okay. You can make mistakes. You have a little bit of time and things. When you start to over 30, 35, you want to intentionally find someone. This is so important because you lose time. You're losing time, effort, energy, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I just want to stress when I hear people a lot, like, because we watch dating shows and stuff like that. Like, we'll watch Pop the Balloon. And
I know.
We'll watch Love is Blind.
I know.
And that's why I'm not allowed to watch it without you. But
What, me? I said that? I never said that.
Allowed. Not allowed. I'm banned. Because that's the word. That's the word. We're banned.
Nah, don't believe that.
So anyway, because we watch it, like a lot of the times you'll see people say things like, I want my partner to be my best friend. And a lot of people throw that around. Because I feel like when you actually in that situation, you're not really trying to be best friends with the person. You know, like when you're actually dating, you're not forming a friendship. You're dating.
You're dating.
You're going out to the restaurants. You're going to the movies. You're doing all of the things that are, a lot of fun. But how deeply are you understanding that person and knowing that person? Like, you could ask all the questions. Like, one of the questions they ask at and Pop the Balloon all the time is like, how do you handle conflict? I mean, cool. I could tell you how I handle conflict, how I think I handle conflict.
Exactly.
Pretty sure if Fab explains how I handle a conflict, might be a little bit different, right? So it's interesting because I think we all say and know the things that we want and how we want things to be. But when it comes to it actually being that way and you doing things intentionally to make sure that person is your friend, to make sure when you handle conflict, it's this and that way, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think what I'm trying to say is people are not as self-aware as they think they are.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
We all act like that, but we're gonna say to other people, no, I'm like that. I'm like this, and I'm like that. And that's how we see. That's how we see ourselves, and that's why, like you say, in Pop the Balloon and everything. And also they all come with the same question and everything. But
no, but it's something that you always say is like you need another person to be able to grow, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
When you're in a healing stage, for example, if you've had relationships with lots of conflict before, or if you haven't, imagine if you had a relationship that didn't have a lot of conflict.
Yes.
And then you get into another relationship where there is, it's like you won't even know what to do.
Yes. But you learn that's crazy. You learn all those things with your partner. You learn how to resolve them with your partner. Even if we had, and that's why time, it's your best friends. When you talk about attachment style and all these things, and you say that you are like this, like that, only the time with the person will show if what you say was true. You know what I mean? If what the person said that they were true about everything, only the time will show it. So
I saw that people can't really hide who they truly are after 3 weeks. In general, I know you don't believe those things,
yes,
but you start to really show your true self after about 3 weeks of dating somebody. You can see micro snippets of who that person is, how they react to things, when they don't like something, when they like something.
After 3 weeks, but also it will depend if you stay at home and you sleep there.
You
know. True. If you come and you go back.
If you're constantly like going somewhere, you know, it's very different than when you're actually in a environment where you get to know each other deeply.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you have to do your little habit in front of the other, in front of the partner. When you when you can see what are their daily
habits,
then you can start to have a little taste of what it would feel to stay with someone. This is so important. I think like the explorationship really help us, I would say unconsciously, because we were. That's what we asked for. That's what we said. That's what we were saying to each other. That's what we wanted.
Right. It was like, I think that stage of our relationship was intentional in some ways, but also unintentional. And that is why we realized that all these things that we were doing, maybe not for the result that we got, ended up working. To kind of get this result of being in a fulfilling relationship.
Obviously, I felt so good.
Yeah.
I felt so good during those moments.
Same.
Then after, I was like, and that's what I said, that woman, it's the woman who make the man change in his about this choice that you have to make about am I going in a relationship or not? When you are single for a while, for example, and you're dating without purpose, but you know that you just don't want to be in a relationship, you know?
Right.
Only the woman can make you make this choice. And that's what after I felt so good. Mm-hmm. And I was like, at one point I was like, wait a minute. Should I be in a relationship? Because this is amazing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Even if you have argued or whatever, like we said before. If your argument can be healthy. That's the thing.
It can be healthy, and it could be a blessing. Like, at the end of the day, you have somebody to argue with who you love, and someone to work through things with who you love. And I think as humans, we all strive to find love. It's literally what drives us through life. Companionship.
That's on the narrative that those people want to. When if you watch social media, if you watch this thing about men against women, if you watch all those little podcasts, when you have those alpha men who talk about women and say, blah, we don't need that, we need that. Women, we don't need your money. Last time I forgot his name. What is this guy who was talking with random people, random girl? Remember I showed you? I forgot his name.
Yeah.
He looked like a little bit Indian. I forgot his name.
No, I don't know him.
Anyway, and he was talking, and he was like.
Yeah. Okay, that guy. I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
And he was like, do you know why men don't need do you know why men doesn't care about women money? And in my head, I was like, what is this guy gonna say again?
Right, like what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And the girl and I forgot what he was saying. He said it's because we are the one who have to provide. We are the one who have to do this and that and that. No, that's not for that. That's not true. It's because in a patriarchal society,
right,
you take everything from the woman, so they didn't have nothings. And in the Western world, from I don't know how many years, you are the one who was with all the power.
Right.
So that became a pattern inside the education.
Right.
So then you have men who grow with the idea that the women are just there to serve them.
Right.
No more than that. And be also the carrier.
Yeah, of course.
Of your child. You know what I mean? It's deeper than that.
It's definitely that. It's definitely that, because years and years of conditioning,
of course,
has made men think that women are just the host.
Yes.
To be used in whatever way, as long as these men provide a roof over our heads and give us money. And that's their prize for, being the provider, and our prize is serving them in whichever way they want. And so it is tough when you have that mentality. However, I do see that the new generation, I feel like starting with our generation in some ways, are becoming a little bit different in how they date. Like, there's a lot more men out there saying that they want a partner, like an actual partner and an actual friend, and are working on themselves to also be better and be more open-minded. Like, I do see a change in some ways. There is a lot of people who are, I guess, realizing that relationships are powerful in their life.
Yes.
I think a lot of people, like wealthy people, understand that family and relationships are the most important things and your most important assets as well. Yeah.
There is that. There is also, I feel like, also the fact that the cost of living starting to be so much expensive. Now you just don't want a wife, you want also a partner at work. As a man, that's what I'm talking about. That's also, this thing is changing as well.
I think now we're gonna talk about all of the gold digging ass men who, I read this meme and I really believe that shit. It said how men are the real gold diggers because they want a woman to work, raise their kids, cook, clean, whatever else, and they just like go to work and come home.
That's amazing.
And do the bare minimum.
But that's amazing. That's amazing. You know why?
Why? That's true.
I'm working from home. I'm working as well with you. We are working together. Mm-hmm. So I'm with the kids. Yeah. We don't want to put them in daycare and all these things. Yeah. So now I know the amount of work. Now I know.
That's so true, babe.
Oh, I'm here driving. The guys there looking for me. Now I know. And when I hear those things, I'm like, another man who probably wasn't there. Another man who probably come back home at 5 p.m., 6.
Yeah.
Stay 2 hours with their child.
Yeah.
Are totally exhausted because the child asks a lot, because of course they want to play with you. You want there all day.
Right.
You know? But you as well, you're tired, so you feel like that's too much.
Right.
And as you're not there, you think like the woman
didn't do nothing
all day.
Right. Oh, you just looked after the kids. Oh, you just cooked and you just mopped or something. Like nothing really. Like it's nothing.
Exactly. So only men who didn't know what is it to be there will talk like that.
That's crazy though, because you just opened my eyes for a minute. Like I did not even. This is funny because even you opened my eyes to the fact that you actually understand what it takes to look after children, as let's say like a stay-at-home mom would have to do. Children, and not even just the kids, like the house. You see how much shit there is to do in the house? Like all you gotta do is eat one time, heat up food one time.
You can be sure that I'm a professional at cleaning the kitchen. I'm a professional. I became a professional. Every day. This thing doesn't change. That's crazy. Sorry, I cut you. But
that's another source of our arguments. So let me stop.
Yeah. I mean, every part of the house is an argument source.
No, but seriously, that's the thing, though. I think you have to be looking for real partnership, real friendship, in order to build something sustainable. Yeah. Because otherwise, it's going to be difficult, because you're going to think that each person has a role to play.
Yeah.
But each person's role is to be what you need to be in that moment. So if I'm sick, you're going to need to be doing all of the things. And it's the same when you're unwell, or when you're not. Even if you're not sick, even if I just notice that you're tired, I can, pick up the slack, whether it's cooking, whether it's taking out the trash, whether it's driving, whether it's doing something for work, whether it's doing research, or whatever it is. When one is down, the other one has to supplement, right? It has to be there for that.
Yes.
Whereas, I don't think people think like that in relationships right now, because purely transactional. Oh, sorry, let me just finish. But it's like, okay, well, your job is to cook. You're sick, you didn't cook today, right?
Yeah.
Or you didn't do the laundry, you were sick, I don't have socks for work. It's a problem, that's the argument. Instead of the man getting in there, washing the dishes, doing the laundry, whatever he needs to do to help out his wife at home.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of arguments happen, I think, is the fact that you have a misunderstanding because you don't actually have a friendship.
Because they want to make gender role. They still do it. They understand that gender role were coming from when the men had the whole power and were the one who was defining what is the role in the houses. Yeah. But now gender role of what? There is no gender role. Like sometimes I have to do everything. That's it. Sometimes you have to do everything. Sometimes we can share the thing. That's it. We do what the couple, what the team, what the entity that we are created need to get through certain moment of life.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only reason gender role will never work. And
it's not going to work in this society either.
Of course not. Of course.
Maybe if we were living in like village communities and women had a part to play in that small community, and the men had a part to play. That's a different story because you're living collectively as a group.
Yes.
Right? But when you're in an individualistic society like this, and you only have each other, a lot of us, especially who are immigrants, like don't have a lot of family to help. Like, yes, we obviously have my mom here to help, let's say, which is a great blessing, but most people don't have anyone. And obviously she has her own life and job and all that stuff. So it's not like, it's not like an everyday thing.
Yes.
And it just makes it a lot harder because you literally have to do everything by yourself, whether it's, somebody getting sick.
Yeah, everything.
Everything.
While you're sick.
Right.
But I have a question about this. So imagine that imagine that someone is dating.
Yeah.
And the way one person handle the argument is very toxic.
Yeah.
And you realize this, you know. But other than that, everything seems good.
Yeah.
Do you think, and you feel like it's not gonna change?
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I ask you that as a woman,
right.
In a woman's perspective, do you think the woman should stop the relationship based on this factor and forget the other factors?
I do, because I think your mental health in a relationship or a partnership matters a lot, because if you voiced your concerns with this person, which I assume that you have, and that person isn't even showing any desire to change a little bit or to be, I don't know, less toxic, I think eventually that will just grow. Because the thing is, you can only build on a strong foundation.
I can tell now?
Yeah, you can. You can only build on a strong, sturdy foundation. If your foundation is already flawed and you start building, it will eventually collapse. And being a toxic person in arguments, like, we all know how much your partner impacts every part of your life. So dealing with someone who argues in a toxic way or is not kind or whatever that toxicity is, I feel like eventually it will seep into everything. Like, it will seep into the way you are viewed at work, or the way that you feel when you're with your friends, or even your like energy that you give off to other people about yourself. Your self-esteem is gonna go down. You're gonna be worn out. Like, eventually it's just going to, like I said, seep into every part of your life, and it's gonna impact you in a heavy way. So you need to be with somebody, even if they are toxic. Let's say they're toxic, but they are willing to work on themselves. That's a different story.
That's a different, but you have to spot the sign.
Right.
You have to see if it's very true that they say that I want to change, or I want, or whatever. You know, the sign that they give you that. Because I feel, I ask in a woman perspective, because most of the time it's the woman who say, you see, he's a bit toxic and things like that, but I will be able to change that.
Change
him. I will be able to deal with it as well, or I will be able to you know, make his mind change about this topic or whatever, you know. Which I think for me it's a mistake when you try to date with intention and try to find someone. Yeah. And you are going to, you know, after 30.
Yeah.
Because I talk about after 30 because that's where we are.
That's right.
After 30, the decisions are way come with bigger cost.
Yes.
Your decision. So that's why I'm like you said, even if everything's beautiful outside, for example, if we didn't have this solid foundation about the team, about that we are together, it's not just us, you know, it's not just you, it's just not me, it's us. So if we didn't have this, I think like we could already have a burnout together, and because of what all the things will happen, you know.
And like I think it's a really good question, because I think I'm just going to use me as an example. So I think a lot of women go into a relationship or into dating thinking they can change a man, like the things about him that need to be changed, quote unquote, right? And every woman obviously wants to be the girl that inspires change in her man. Like that, every woman wants that. We long for that. We want to be the girl. We want to be the one.
It's instinct.
It's instinctual, of course.
It's so
going into dating you was the first time that I was just like my full self, because it was a friendship. And the things that you told me on what you like where you stand about relationships, I was like, whatever, like that's what I want to. Never set out to change your mind on anything. Truly. Yeah. Whereas most of the time, women would take that as challenge accepted.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
And so, because I think we went into it in that way, and there was that friendship there, and we were both genuinely on the same page.
Yeah.
It was easier to deal with any obstacles. There weren't like many, but any obstacles really.
Yeah.
So it was easier to actually genuinely get to know each other.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because we didn't think there was a prize at the end. We didn't think there was a relationship at the end.
Yeah.
And so when you go, especially after 30, if you're going into some sort of dating or situationship or explorationship, whatever you're doing with the intention of changing someone, don't do it. Because you're not gonna. You should definitely trust what a man tells you. If a man tells you he's not ready to commit, he's not gonna be ready to commit.
Yeah.
And you're not gonna change his mind. You are not going to change his mind.
You will maybe change his mind by leaving. Because then he will understand.
That's right.
Then he will understand the cost of your absence.
Right, but also one major thing that you taught me, I don't know if I ever told you this, but you made me believe that men can change.
Yes.
And that they do when they want to.
Yes.
I think a lot of women as well, speaking from experience, think that a guy will never change, that's who they are, and they won't. They won't, because you haven't inspired him to. Or maybe he never will, because he's just not looking to do that.
Yeah.
But your right person will be inspired to be his best self.
Yeah.
And not to change, but to be his best version of himself, and vice versa.
Yes.
For women too.
Yes. That's interesting, because it's a little bit as well hard, because they don't change, but you see at the same time you need someone else to make you change.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
So it's a little bit tricky and hard to recognize that, because maybe sometimes you're like, maybe he can change. But at the same time, he show you sign that he will never change. So you're like, should I leave or not? And that's another thing. So there is other pattern that you have to look for as well. It's not like.
So for me, like when we were seeing each other, there was times when I was a little bit confused, because we would say, oh, okay, we're not looking for something, not looking for someone, but then there would be like such
talk about those patterns. Yeah.
No, but it would be like such strong emotional bonds, or like the way you looked at me, or the way you like touched me, or like our friendship, like the way you'd want to like hang out with me and things like that. And I remember asking my best friend, well, we're talking about not being together, but I'm like seeing all these signs of affection and love, which I'm also feeling, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. So that was confusing, which is a lot different to most situations where the man is saying nice things but doing bad things.
Doing bad things. Yes. Yes.
But it's like you were saying
bad things.
Not bad things, but like not bad.
I know.
But just like
very non-committal.
This is not what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for that. But then when we were together, it was like a genuine energy of love and care, and but again, in friendship you have that. In friendship you have love and care too. So
yes.
That's what I mean. You can notice the patterns, because actions truly do speak louder than words. And then whatever action that person is giving you, you'll see if they do care about you.
Yeah. But the same way for me, like when I was saying all those things, that was very true.
Yeah.
But also I recognize that you are someone different.
Right.
So I was like, I don't want to lose that.
Right.
But I don't want to be in a relationship.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't want to lie, because I know what's the result after. It's like when you start to lie and start to don't say what you want, to don't lose someone.
Yeah.
Even if you like what you have, like I said, it was so good. So I was like, you could lie and say, oh, maybe, or you never talk about those things, Mm-hmm. You make everything to avoid it. Those discussions like that. You're sure that you know, the person will still stay there.
Yeah.
But when you do those things, it's when you break all this relation that you have now. You know, the relation that I like is. So I was like, let me say the thing. But when like you said, when we were in the explorationship and we start to, it's like 1 year, 2 years, we had also things like, I think who show her certain things, because you were there for me at certain moment.
Right.
Hard moment, my motorbike accident, and all those things show loyalty. And you see, when you talk about friendship, this is where we build our this is where we build our loyalty. This is where we build the foundation of our relationship, in those type of moments as well. That's why I always say that it's, can I turn here? Yeah. It's those type of moment who build strong foundation in a relationship.
Yeah.
When you are not officially together, but you do certain things like like best friends.
Right.
Like, you know, like with loyalty, like they don't let you down. They are there even if you don't ask.
Right.
You know, you even don't understand why, because you still have this little barrier, you know, because you know, we are dating, half friends, half everything.
Yeah.
But that's why you build it, and after, when you stay, okay, now I want to commit, you already get through those things. Right. So now that you are together, it can even be stronger. It cannot be less.
But you see, and this is the thing, like, and I'm just gonna give the actual example because I feel like it's a strong example. So you hurt your leg in the motorcycle accident.
Crutches.
Right, and you know, we went to the emergency room together, and when we came back after like a lot of pain and stitches and all that stuff, you decided to make me dinner, and I was like, no, don't do that. Like, what are you doing? Like, sit down, like you're on one leg. Like, mind you, because he's so tall, the crutches wouldn't even fit, so he couldn't even use them properly.
I was jumping.
So he was like hopping on one leg. And, you know, you got up and you were like, nah, like, I want to do this for you. I really want to cook dinner for you. And you did. And I was just like, that was such a gesture that, I don't know, like, it meant a lot to me, because you really didn't have to do that. Like, you were the one who was unwell, but you wanted to say thank you in a big way.
Yeah.
And I could feel that.
Yeah. Genuine people do genuine action.
Right.
Also, action doesn't lie.
Yeah, for sure.
And I didn't make it like a calculated thing to say, oh, she's gonna think I'm so good because I'm gonna jump on my leg and make things. There is no calculation on that, you know? Well, maybe some narcissistic people will do it. Some narcissistic people will do it probably, but
yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, I don't think they would jump on one leg, but yeah, they might order food or something. But yeah.
But yeah, that was genuine, because you make me want to make genuine action.
Yeah.
Because of who you are. It's always about the person.
Right.
You can say whatever you want. It's always about the person. Same way when you have an argument, even if you feel that you are right, there is something wrong that you did as well.
Fact.
Inside us, and you have to recognize it.
Yeah.
You have to take accountability, and it takes time to recognize that. After, of course, sometimes you don't. I mean, most of the time you will never feel it, like when you start to argue.
Of course.
But when you come back, you have to find yourself. You have to find the way inside you to say, well, what I did wrong, what I say.
Yeah.
Even if you are most of maybe 70% was the fault of your partner, but there is some things as well who lead to the whole thing, you know. And yeah, I feel like that's the big thing as well. Even in that, we are together.
Yeah, exactly.
Again.
Because the result is the same. You're both in the shitty result after an argument. So you might as well work together to solve it. And that's the thing, like, the hardest thing to do, I think, when you're dating or in a relationship is like to put your ego aside and then to be fully vulnerable. Because in order to take accountability, you do have to be vulnerable to some extent. Like, because you have to bear your true feelings. Yeah. And a lot of the time, like when you're arguing because you care. And you're not arguing because you don't care. Yeah. You know, unless one person's attacking the other person and they're obvious and they're toxic. Like, that's a different story. But like, if you're mad about something, in that moment is difficult to remember, but it's usually because you were hurt by a lack of consideration, or because, you deeply care about something or someone.
Yeah. I mean, most of the arguments are daily thing as well, who's going to come back. When you have an argument, even if we said that we resolve the argument, 2 months later, 3 months later, the same argument will come back because we may gonna feel tired again.
Right.
We may gonna have another moment of pressure in our life.
Right.
And those things will come back, but we're still gonna resolve them.
Right.
We're still gonna resolve them. And again, it's coming from our foundation.
That's exactly right.
I think it was a good discussion.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely like talking about arguing.
Yeah.
I'm joking. No, but seriously, it's a really important part of communication, like conflict resolution, dealing with conflict, navigating conflict. That is a very, very important part of a relationship, and a skill to learn, because we're not perfect. Yeah. We're definitely not perfect, and that's why the discussion is going on for so long.
Before we leave, it's the most important part of the relationship, I would say. The argument part, resolve the argument, because I was saying sex is the most important when I was younger, but you can have sex.
We were saying that together when we were first talking. Yeah.
Yes, and you can have sex, but if you argue all the time, you won't be able to have the same sex.
It won't be sustainable. You can talk about makeup sex and how that's great. Eventually, that is.
But when
it's not going to be the same.
When you hate your partner,
right?
At one point,
right?
Sex ain't the same.
Yeah, you're definitely right. So, at the end of the day, like, how you communicate through conflict, through obstacles, is one of the most important, or is, like you said, the most important part of a relationship, and getting ready to be in a relationship. Because if you're dating, you better believe that any grand love, any grand relationship that you're about to enter is gonna require you to feel some discomfort and to overcome some obstacle. Nothing is gonna fall in your lap. You build this over time. You build strong relationships.
And for the one who don't know, we have our relationship readiness quiz. So check it out in the link below.
Yep.
It's gonna help you to know at which stage you are in terms of dating intentionally. Yes. And based on your stage, you're gonna receive tools and resources to help you reach the ultimate stage.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoy it. Let us some comment.
Yes.
We would love to see what you think about it. And we will see you in the next video.